All right, welcome back to another video. It's been a while. It's actually been a week. Well, not even that long, but yeah. So in today's video, we are basically going to sort of finish off our platform layer, not completely, but just enough so that we can move away from it and start setting things up for Vulkan, right? So in today's video, we're going to basically set up the metal layer, which is going to be used basically for rendering too, right? You're going to use it as a surface to render to, right? So that's what we're going to be creating today. So in our platform macOS layer, you want to go down to where we're creating the window, and then inside there, just below where we're creating the view, right? What you want to do is that we want to set some properties here, and we want to set our layer as well. So what I'm going to do here essentially is I'm going to take this view that we're creating, right? And then I'm going to use Objective-C now. So let's jump into Objective-C syntax real quick. And then I'm going to say set once layer. And then we're going to set that Boolean to true. So let's say true, not title, true. True. And I forgot that true is actually yes in Objective-C. So yeah, you want to set it like that. Okay, so that's what we want to do. So we want to set that, and then we want to say, hey, does this want a layer? Yes, we definitely want a layer. So, and then we're going to set that layer. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is we're going to create the window. Let me see what we're doing here. So we're creating the window. Do I want to do this before we create the window? Does it really matter though? No, it doesn't matter. So right after we create the view, and actually I need to do some sanity checks here, because remember last time we didn't really do any sanity checks. We actually need to check if this really got created, right? So I'm gonna do a sanity check on that. So I'm gonna say if oh my goodness, yeah, if not view, then we want to print out an error to the screen, right? And be like, failed to create the content view. All right, and I'm just gonna put an exclamation mark and then just put like a new line there. And are we returning? Yeah, we're returning. So let's return a false statement. So let's do return false here. And that's about that. So that's a little bit of a sanity check there. And before I get, yeah, let me do these ones as well, actually. So let's copy this and let's do an if statement. So if there is no delegate layer, all we want to do is just throw an error to the screen and then be like, failed to create the window delegate. So window delegate like this. All right, sweet. And then what other thing do we need to do? So we're creating this, we're creating that, and then state, probably, I guess we can also check if this actually got allocated, right? So let's do if window state was not created or not allocated successfully, then we probably also want to bleep about it and be like, failed to create the window state. Okay, and just put an exclamation mark there, and then we basically fine. And then what else? So window, yeah, we also want one for the window. Before we can actually do these properties, we need to check if the window was indeed created. So I am just gonna take this guy. Oh, actually I can type that one. So let's just say window like this, and then we can say failed to create NS window, because this is the NS window. Okay, not our window, but the NS window, the operating system window. So that's just how we'll differentiate that. Because our window is actually called G window, but the operating system window is actually an NS window. So I'm just putting this here so to know where we failed with this actually. So then I'll know it's definitely where we created the window and in this function struct. So in this function, I mean, man, my English is all over the place today. Yeah, I guess. But anyway, sorry about that. So after doing the sanity check, let's get back to what we wanted to do initially. So we set the property for our view to want a layer. So we definitely want to set the layer for that view. So how am I going to do this is we definitely want to set the layer probably after the window has loaded. Do I want to do it after the window is loaded? Yes, I think I do, because I need the size of the windows and all of that stuff. So where are we showing the window? Window show. Oh, we abstracted this to its own function. So this function shows the window. So we probably just want to do this after calling that function, right? And then I have it to do here, make configurable. Huh. Okay. How will I make that? I guess we could make that. I guess we can make that change right now, so that we can just get this to do done and over with, right? So let's go back to our platform.h file, and down where we basically creating the window, window create. We just want to add another boolean here, and that's gonna be like if you want to show the window right now. So something like show show right now. Show right now. Does that sound right? Show and create. I don't know. You guys can rename this to whatever you guys want. So I'm just gonna stick with this show and create, and then I'm just gonna copy this and go back into our platform layer implementation file. Then I'm just gonna paste that over here. So now we have a boolean that says show and create, and then down here when we create the window, we can say if show and create, then we're gonna show the window. Okay. And then after showing that window, essentially, we want to set some properties to it, right? We want to set our layer. So what I'm going to do is I want to get the layer. So we set the layer. Let me go back up here. Where is it that we setting the layer? Oh, we haven't set the layer. We just said it wants the layer. So essentially, we want to store the layer. And if you go back up here to our window struct, you'll notice that we have something called a CA metal layer. That will be our layer, right? Our metal layer to render to. So we can basically render stuff to it using metal or Vulkan, right? So we want to set that property. So in here, after showing, I could go and say window window state, and then layer, and then actually, yeah, layer. How do I set that layer? I kind of forgot how this is done. Set layer. No. Oh no, yeah, actually I'm doing it wrong. It's actually, let's do it like this. So let's do layer is equals to, then we use this. Then we can say CA metal layer. Then we can just say layer like so. I think this is how we do it. Yeah, I think this is how we do it anyway. So now that we have the layer, what we want to do is set some bounds, right? The drawable bounds, so that it matches what we want, right? In this case, our window dimensions, right? So what I want to do now is use Objective-C syntax, and then let's go window state. Let's do layer dot bounds like so. And then what we want to do is want to set this to actually kind of just say set bounds to state window state dot, well, not that dot, but I want the view dot bounds, and there we go. So the view's bounds rectangle, which expresses its location and size in its own coordinate system. So we want to set those bounds like this. And then what I want to set also here is the drawable size. So layer dot set set drawable size. So it wants a CG size. And where will we get that from? So we will get that from, we're getting everything from the view. So just I guess we can do window state, and then we just say view. How do I do this? View dot, let me see, do I have, no wait, let me do it this way. Can I, will this view convert, because I need to convert size to backing, and what we want to convert is essentially the view.bounds size. So what I'm gonna do is say this. Yeah, I know the syntax is getting messy now, but just give me a moment while I figure this out. Bounds, it's complaining because that's not what we want. We want the size from there. I think this is it. Yeah. All right. So we're setting the drawable size to the view.bounds.size, which is converting it there. Okay. And then what else? Then we want to set the, let me see, window state layer. Yeah, set content. We want to set the scale factor. Okay. And then a CG float. Yeah, I guess we could also just get that from the view. So we can just say window state view, and then the view essentially has let me see if I'm making sense here. View. Unless it wants me to do it like this. Just give me a second. Oopsie. Backing. What was it called? Set content scale. No, wait. Just give me a moment. Let me see something. Window. If I do this, if I do window state view, window state view. Why is it disappearing? Oh, I think it's because of this. Yeah, view dot. Interesting. Oh no, I'm accessing this incorrectly. I needed to get it from the window dot, and then I think this will have the backing scale factor. Yeah, this is what we want. So we can do this. Sorry. Yeah, like so, right? Layer set content scale to window view window dot backing scale factor. And that will give us the content scale, and then we need to basically set our let me see what we have in the struct. We don't have we have the layout of view. I don't know if I really want to expose this right now, the pixel ratio, because that's what the content that's what the that's what the content scale factor is doing. Yeah, here we are. I don't know if I want to expose that for now, so I guess we'll just leave it for now. It's not, yeah, it's not really needed for now, I guess. And then what else do I want to do? Actually, let's just do it. Let's just add another thingy here. So let's do UI. Let's just do a F32, and then let's just say pixel. In fact, let's say device pixel ratio, like so. All right, so we have that in the window. So now what we're doing here is that we're setting the content scale, right? That would be either 1 or 2 depending on your machine and stuff, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna say window state, and I just want the device pixel ratio, and then that will be from the content scale. So all we have to do is we need to get it from the layer, right? So we've already set it, so now we're just retrieving it. So we can say window state layer dot content scale, and then we close it off like that. And then to test if this is actually all working, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to log to the console, and then I'm going to say content scale equals, and then it's a float, so F, and then I'm just going to say window state device pixel ratio. And that's what I want to print out, and then let's put a new line there, and string literal must be prefixes with this, and that should be it. And then we need to essentially set the layer, right? Because up here, actually it's not that far up here we said it wants a layer, and we set that to yes. So now we need to set that layer. So I think we can just set it above the print statement. So let's do view. Where is the view? There's view. I'm just lazy to type, so let's just say view. And then how do I do this? View. How do I set the layer again? It's something that's pretty easy. It's really easy. I think I just have to say set layer. Yeah, there we go. Set layer, and where do we get the layer from? And we get that from the window state. So state, and then we say layer, and that should give us the layer, because this comes from this, because we're setting it up here, and then we're doing some property setting, and then basically we then finally set it onto our view. Okay, so we set the properties, and then finally we set the layer to our view, and then from there I guess it would be safe to call this and get the proper scale. Yeah, so let me save this, and let's try and run this and see what happens. Oh, it's gonna fail because we made some changes to the signature here, the platform create signature. So all we have to do, I believe, is just go back to our main.c file, and yes, I was correct, and just say show immediately. Let's just say yes. All right, so when we create the window, we show it immediately. So let me do that. Let's see. And bold created, and then it says contact scale is equals to 2.00. That is accurate, and it definitely should give me that too. Yeah, based on experience. So yeah, it's working. All right, and probably just want to put a comment here just so you guys can figure out what's going on here. So properly handle content scaling for fidelity. Yeah, so on Mac machines we have what we call retina displays. So retina, do you spell it retina? Retina displays, I guess, because yeah, so your screen could be like, for example, it can be 1920 by 1080 maybe perhaps, but then in pixels you have to basically multiply that with the scale factor, and then that will give you the real pixels, I guess. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. And then it will just scale everything properly. Yeah, I don't know, my mind is not here today. But yeah, anyway, now that we have this, and it only happens when we show the window, so probably this might have to be called again. So let me see this function real quick. What does it do? Sets this. So perhaps instead of doing it here, it should just move it, because I was gonna duplicate code. So I guess it's safe that we add that in the window show, so that it just happens over here. That way I don't have to duplicate this. So every time we show the window, we just set the layer. But then is that good though? I don't know. If it gives us issues in the future, we'll fix it. But yeah, I think that's safe to call in that function. Yeah, okay, it will ensure that this gets set right after the window is shown. So let me run this again and see. And content scale is equals to 2, and that still works. And file to watch does not exist. Yeah, I see. We did a file watcher system in the previous video, I presume. Yeah, we did. So let me see. File to watch. Here it is. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna get rid of this. Probably just get rid of these dead code that we don't need for now. So yeah, so we've basically set our metal layer, and I think this is it for this video. It's a pretty short video, mainly because there isn't really much to do when it comes to the metal layer itself, at least. But I could go further though. Hold on, let me see. I could go further though with this and actually set these properties again when we resize the screen and everything. Do I want to do that? Nah, I guess it's fine for now, because we're not really rendering anything and we're not really dealing with screen resizes right now. We'll deal with that when we get there, I guess. So it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. All right, so I guess this is it for this video, to be quite fair. Yeah, and if you guys enjoyed this little quick video, definitely hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.